Hello YouTube and welcome back to Dare to Game. This is Nico and today we are talking about the new Star Wars game coming out of EA's Respawn this year. As you probably already know if you are a fan of this sort of stuff, I am talking about the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Since this game is still pretty far off, and they are being pretty tight-lipped about it, we don't currently know a ton. But we know a little about the setting and story as well as potential release date. Remember, much of this information is based on leaks, so take it all with a grain of salt. So, as far as release dates are concerned, Respawn's Vince Zampella did share the planned release date with us back in E3 2018. What he told us that day was to expect it in the holiday season of 2019, which makes perfect sense, as they are probably planning on launching it right around the Star Wars Episode 9, so they can piggyback on the buzz and advertising for that movie. This also lines up with their financial statements, which place it at the same time. There was also a poster released on Reddit that appears to be for the game, which shows a November 2019 release date. So that fits with what makes the most sense, and with what they have already said, especially considering very few large game releases happen in December. But I expect we will hear more about the game, including perhaps a specific release date in a few days at Star Wars Celebration in Chicago on April 13th. As far as where they are production-wise, as of early 2019, they were still looking for level designers to work on the game, via a tweet posted by Aaron Contreras. The tweet said, "Hey game devs, join at Respawn and help build Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Scripter/level designer. This is an exciting position for someone who is both creative and technical. Own and deliver memorable experiences and gameplay-driven story moments." And that was posted on January 15th, 2019. So that should give you a rough estimate of where they are development-wise. When it comes to story, we don't have many specific details, but we do know a little. For starters, the game is set in the Dark Times, the period of time for Jedi between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, where the Jedi are being hunted down and killed by Vader and his goons. The tagline for Jedi Fallen Order says the game tells an original Star Wars story around a surviving Padawan set shortly after the events of Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. It's a dark time for the Jedi, and they're being hunted down following the Empire's grim Order 66. So, although I personally haven't watched Star Wars Rebels, I think this sounds an awful lot like one of the main characters from that series. This information is courtesy of a leak, so again, take it with a grain of salt. But it also said that the protagonist will be called Cal, and that his or her mentor was named Saris. Apparently, it is also rumored to contain elements from the comics, and by that I can assume they mean the ones currently being produced by Marvel, since they are the only canon ones remaining as far as I know. It has been confirmed that this game will be a single-player only experience, meaning no co-op or online multiplayer elements will be present, which hopefully means that there will not be any loot boxes or microtransactions. But, given EA's track record, I highly doubt that. So I imagine that this game will likely draw inspiration from the studio's other single-player experience, which was given to us in Titanfall 2, which featured an admittedly short but very enjoyable single-player campaign. It has been confirmed that we will be playing as a Jedi, and we will be engaging in lightsaber duels, and likely will possess at least basic force powers, seeing as the protagonist was a Padawan at the time of Order 66. It is also almost certainly going to be a third-person action game, much like the recent God of War game on PS4. Why, you may ask? Well, because back in 2016, Stig Asmussen announced that he was working on this title, and in his blog post, called it a third-person game. So unless that key factor has changed in development, I think it is what we will get. So, as of right now, that is all we know, and some of that may not even be right. I expect we will know more in a few days. And I'm not even fully confident that EA won't just cancel this one in a few months, just like the last two single-player games they promised. But stay tuned here, and I guarantee I'll bring any news I get as I get it. Congratulations on making it to the end of the video. If you did, I can assume you liked the content, and hopefully you'll subscribe and turn on the notification bell. If you haven't already, check out these links I have on the screen to see me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If you like my content and would like to support what I do here, there's a link to my Patreon account in the description, and a donation would be much appreciated. In any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day.